Have you tried sorting a list of numbers and wish there was a faster way rather than comparing each one by one? Well, today, I'm going to show you a sorting technique that doesn't compare numbers at all. Yes, zero comparisons. Welcome to the world of counting sort. Before that, what is counting sort?
Counting sort is a sorting algorithm that sorts numbers by counting how many times each value appears. Instead of comparing numbers one by one, it uses these counts to arrange everything in order.
Let's make this fun and easy to visualize. Imagine you have a bunch of coins. Coins! Pesos, 5 pesos, 10 pesos, and 20 pesos.
Normally, you might compare each coin to figure out the order. But with counting sort, just follow these steps. Step 1 is find the maximum value. First, we look for the highest coin value in our list between 1 peso, 5 pesos, 10 pesos, and 20 pesos. As you can see, our highest value is 20 pesos. That means our count array will have indexes from 0 to 20. Step 2. Create the count array. We create a count array starting all values at 0. Each index represents a coin value, and later we will store how many times each coin appears. Step 3. Count each coin. Now it's time to count. As we can scan our list of coins, every time we see a coin, we add 1 to its matching index in the count array. Our first coin in the array is 1 peso, so we add 1 to count 1. Our second coin is another piso, so we insert again to count 1. This time is 10 pesos, add 1 to count 10. Now a 5 peso coin, increment count 5. Back to 1 peso again. Count 1 gets another plus 1, another 5 peso coin. We have 20 pesos this time. Add 1 to count 20. Here comes another 10 peso coin. Count 10 goes up. We update the count 10. Another 5 pesos. The count 5 increases again. And lastly, another 20 pesos. The count 20 increases one more time. In our array, there are no coins with values 2 to 4, 6 to 9, or 11 to 19, therefore, their counts are automatically 0. Also, the 0 index. Step 4. Create a cumulative count. We transform the count array into cumulative count array. This means each number becomes the sum of itself and all previous counts. Why? Because this will tell us the final position of each coin in the sorted output. For example, if the cumulative count for 5 is 6, it means that all coins with values less than or equal to 5 occupy the first 6 position in the sorted array. Since the cumulative count tells us the ending position of the value, the last 5 peso coin will be placed in position 6. In other words, positions 1 to 6 are filled by the 1 peso and 5 peso coins, and the final 5 peso coin lands exactly at the 6th spot. Lastly, build the sorted output. Now we're ready to build sorted list. We create an empty output array and go through the original coins from right to left to keep the sorting stable. For each coin, first is look at its cumulative count. Next is place it in the correct position in the output array. After that is decrease its count so the next identical coin goes before it. This is the before and the after. Now that's how counting sort works, by counting, accumulating, and placing each item exactly where it belongs. I've got another example that includes both
Good day everyone. So I will going to this program to share the code demonstration on how counting sort yet a simple powerful sorting algorithm can help organize and process data efficiently. We'll go through the code line by line, understanding both what each part does and how the different components work together. Let's begin. First, we have our package declaration and import. So This program belongs to the package name Counting Sort Demo, which help us organize related classes, and the import Java util array statement give us access to utility methods for arrays such as arrays to sort string or array sort, which we will use later. So here the class declaration public class counting sort demo. This declares our public class name counting sort demo. Everything inside this block runs as part of our main program. So in the counting sort method, or here the sort method, a public static counting sort in array r in max value. So this method takes an array called r and an integer max value, which represents the highest possible number in that array. Knowing the maximum value is important because counting sort uses it to create a supporting data structure. So here the initialize variables int and array length, int array count, new int max value plus 1, int array sorted, new int and array. So here we get the length of the array and create two new arrays. For counts array, stored how many times each value appears. Its size is max value plus 1 because we need a spot for every possible number. So here the sorted initialize array will store the final sorted results. And then step 1 under the method for counting occurrences. This loop gives true every number in the input array. For each value encountered, increases the corresponding index in the count array. For example, we see the number 5. We increment count 5. So, and then the sums or the next step or this step transforms our count array into a prefix sum array. So in simple terms, each position in the count array now tells us how many numbers are less than or equal to this value. So here condition. This helps the algorithm know exactly where each element should be placed in the sorted array. And then the third or the construction to the sorted array. So here we build the final sorted array. We loop backwards through the count array negative to make the sort stable, meaning equal values keep their original order. For each value, the prefix sum tells us the exact position of the sort. By placing it, we decreases its count, so the next occurrence goes to the previous position. So, and then the return or statement or return sorted, I finally return or fully sorted array to the encoder. So above the given is above methods are the we will use in the next or in the main method when applying the given data. So the main method public static void main hours, which is the entry point of the program that places where everything the starting. Like here, the heading printing, a system print out net central game central inventory and PC tracking system. So this level, this line prints formatted title for the program. So next we demonstrate counting sort with actual sample data. So here the actual data 12 or PC the max PC 50 range, and then the initialization of the sorted PC counting sort. So here initialize, we create an array of PC unit numbers and define the highest possible value, which is 50. Then we sort the array using our counting sort method. So here the system out sorted array original and sorted money. These prints both In example 2, in inventory quantity, so the data given in this is are the quantity products, or the how many we stored, or like 45, like what is the 45, like snacks, 45 snacks, and then 12 others, then 89, and then 0 for other. This is all listed from the initialization for getting the sorted inventory. We repeat the process with consumable inventory quantities ranging from 0 to 100. So, example 3 uses time categories. So, here also, but the time usage times ranges to 5, maximum time category. Sorted. So, here also, no, same gap. Yapon siya sa taas. These numbers represents usage categories such as how many hours a PC has been used again. Counting. To understand, we perform a testing to showcase the efficiency of counting sort, especially with small ranges. We compare it to the Java built-in sorting method, or the generation. Compared to the data set size. So, reach under the 200 max value, so repeatedly. Then the measurement for using system runtime as a counting measure. See sa time measurement. And for the differentiation, we also made the same time measurement for a resort, but make the large data set clone also then as a counting sort to get the original or the set of one. So they would be the same, but they would insert. So sorting methods produce identical outputs if true. If not, just to verify that they both sort time, and so match, and then they call the same result. So here, counting sort divided 1000 also allows how counting sort compares to Java's built-in sorting method for large data set. So its efficiency comes from counting accuracies instead of values. O of n plus k time complexity can be outperform comparison sorts when the value range is limited. Compared to other sorting method, counting sort is simpler but more limited. Our Java demonstration shows algorithm works in field application, PC traffic, as well as performs against a built-in sorting method. And that concludes our full demonstration of counting sort algorithm, its theory, its advantage and disadvantage, its comparison with other or the built-in sorting, its efficiency, and our complete Java implementation. So, to conclude this video demonstration, I would like to thank you for watching this detailed walkthrough. So, I would help you understand how counting sort operates and how each part of the code contributes to the program as a whole. So, goodbye and thank you.
Counting sort is very efficient. Its time complexity is O of n plus k, where n is the number of points or the elements and k is the range of values. That's why it's super fast and super efficient when the numbers are not too spread out. It's super efficient when the data contains integers within a limited range. If the range is huge, the counting sort becomes slow and memory heavy. I hope you've learned new something today.
At bakit hindi?
In conclusion, counting sort is an efficient and effective algorithm when dealing with integers in a limited range. By applying counting-based approach, instead of comparisons, it achieves linear time complexity and provides stable results. I hope you gained valuable insights from today's discussion.
Thank you for listening and look forward to share more lessons with you. Bye!